Alrighty, folks, strap in if you've heard this one before. Well, guess what? You have it in about 7,000 days. Tonight, the Buffalo Hockey Sabres, the wagon, has a chance to clinch a home playoff series at home. First time in nearly 20 years. First time in nearly 7,000 days. Dreamboat, it ain't gonna be easy.
Ain't gonna be easy, but let's roll. Let's fucking roll. That's all we gotta do. Keep rolling, keep the gas going, pedal on the gas. Let's go.
Pedal to the metal. We're going to other half where we will start the acceleration process. Let's go.
All right, folks, just rocked up at the train station, about to head to downtown Buffalo and seal these Bruins deal. Let's go.
Minor big-time crest loyalty from Don, letting the merge go right there with the flag. But with that said, the only dilemma for the Crest tonight, I feel like, Don, and it's a small one in the grand scheme of winning this series and moving on to round 2. What do we do with Zadorov? He took our guy Rasmus from behind last game.
I'm on, some good, hard hits, but I don't really want anything too crazy that's going to get a suspension. I mean, we have so much more to play for than them right now. They're dead. If anything, I'm going to see them throwing more cheap shots at us because it's Grim Reaper's knocking right now. So
knock.
Don't be stupid, but don't get bullied.
How are you? Good, how are you?
We got some jersey twinning.
Satan? Don't you got back? Yeah, she's got Satan. Satan worshiper over here.
Just got to the Seneca station. The party is already out front. We're heading into other half. Let's get this shit started and get Boston the fuck out of town. Let's go Buffalo.
What were you gonna ask me?
Do you know the saying top cheddar, like when you score in hockey?
Yeah.
See, with the Buffalo, you don't, because you're making the
way. Embarrassing.
The Buffalo way, top shelf.
Embarrassing.
Top shelf.
Whatever.
No.
Different variations.
The goat, 100% is top shelf for Mama hides the cookies.
I'm not disputing that.
That's the goat. I know.
Wow, game day means family today. Let's go.
Yeah, game day, baby.
Ready to close out the Bruins. Is Don out here tickling some twine? Tonight from these burrs.
Which one do you want first?
All of it.
Okay. So I was
just saying, I think I forgot to wear my hat, and I'm disappointed because I'm smelling a Zach Benson hattie. I'm smelling it. I want to toss one on. Secondly, I would really appreciate if Logan Stanley wiped the pussy off his hat and came up to play as a 6'7". We traded for a defenseman to fucking push people around. Get into the game, show Pasta who's boss, and get a fucking 5-minute major. I don't care what the fuck you do. Show him we're not pussies. Lindy's gonna tell him not to do it, but just do it. I don't care if it kick him out of the game. We're not fucking around. Don't come into our building and fuck with our captain. Go Birds!
Hitting the same spot, it's just not the right spot.
Wow, with class. Using gravity to your advantage.
Let her roll out.
Trinity Morris getting the energy started. Double fisting margaritas down Washington Street.
No two-turn Tony, two-turn Trinidad.
Who the fuck is Tony?
I spotted a couple out-of-towners coming in. What are you boys expecting in the barn tonight?
I need him to close this thing out, right, Mark?
Yeah. Sabres in 5, Quinn with a goal. How are the legs feeling coming in? When someone said that video looked like AI, legitimately did. Like we live in the worst era because that was real from day one.
I know my ankles they're hurting right now, but they're hurting.
We didn't play in the roller league.
I'm not a roller hockey player. I gotta make a video of me skating to prove I can still skate.
But
that was ugly.
Even if you gave us a 0.0 repeating, we know you always love Buffalo. Appreciate it.
I love it, man. Go Sabres.
Go Sabres.
We got Sabre Girl here tonight. Boston will be dunking their donuts tomorrow after this win. Sabres are sweeping. Let's go, Buffalo!
Boston cream pie all over your face!
Yeah.
My mom, we got 2 ladies over here that already had her keychains and her merch on. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm fucking talking about! I mean,
and it is going to erupt.
Sabres power play early. Can they break the curse?
Sabres on the power play. I don't think we scored on the power play in the past 20-ish power plays. Is this the time the power play finally gets going?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I really hope so. Holy shit! Come on, Sabres! Here we go in front. Thompson.
Sabres scored a power play goal! How do we do it? 1-0 Sabres, power play, let's go!
Oh, well then this is it. It's all.
The 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs are presented by Keeping Northtown Automotive, Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center, and
Sabres 1-0 after 1. Let's go. Love the play. Not much to complain about. Really. Great period.
One cup, that's unbelievable. We need a podcast. I got you. It's happening right now. All right, boys, how do we feel about that first period?
That was a great first period.
Gotta keep buzzing though. Boston got back a little mo. At the end of the period. What we got? Need to come out and pop them. Coming out of intermission, we've got lines unlike anything I've ever seen, but that's playoff hockey. That's game 5. That's clinching opportunity. Still up 1-0. 3 minutes into the second. Just need to keep doing what we're doing. Keep doing what we're doing, Buffalo.
That's good.
Side. No. All right, you got to get back in right away. Come on. Sucker.
Oh, that's a sec. Shoot! Shoot again!
Oh my gosh, I mean, that was just a good save. Wow, what a play by Tuck. Back to Todd. Tidge. Oh my gosh, 2 seconds. Fuck. That was a lot of build up for nothing. Alrighty, folks, we got second intermission update. Bruins pull even, obviously, after that second 20 minutes. It feels like the Sabres are just one goal away, honestly. You bury one more, Bruins will be done. It's a little tough without Ostlund right now. It's a little tough sledding without 86 in the lineup, which is a little disconcerting, but hopefully just a little nicked up. We can get this figured out. We can get this next 20 victorious so we can close out the Bruins. Let's go, Buffalo.
Sabres go into the second period up 1-0, give up a power play goal. Their power play looks bad again. Jim, my bro, what do we need in the third period?
Need to get Darlene going again. I thought he was due. He got 1 goal. I have him for 2 points plus. Let's get Darlene going.
Get Darlene going. Get the defense involved in the offense. We love it. Let's go Sabres.
Come on, get it out, Krebs. Get it out. Krebs, get it out. Someone get it out. Fuck. Oh my God. King standing tall, but come on, boys, come on.
All right, 15 minutes left in third. So many chances. I've eaten so many Good Luck peanuts. I've done my part.
Dangling. Oh my God, Peyton Krebs thought he had a goal. Oh my God, we're buzzing. Keep it on him, keep it on him. Go, boys, go! Kozak and Co. Benson. Halfway through the third period, a gentleman just yelled that this game is aging him.
All right, we got about 9 minutes left in this game. The Saberhead block party is going crazy. People are going nuts. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna lie, this section I'm in is kind of limp dick. People are really, I'm trying to stand up and get everyone going, and it's more quiet than it should be in the hundreds. I wish I was back in my other section.
Fuck. He was trying to shoot it in the corner.
Oh, stupid.
What was that?
Let's go, Buffalo!
All right, he's got all the room in the world. He was a little baby. He was like screaming.
Hit him.
Oh my gosh, he had the perfect stick right there. Oh, and power, I mean, Jesus! Oh, we got that puck.
Come on, baby. Keep it in. Come on. Keep it in.
For the first time in about 16, 15 years, the Sabres Sabres are going to a playoff overtime. Chance to put away the Bruins and end the series. Come on, Buffalo. Lions playing great. He's allowed 1 goal last 3 games. Let's just finish it off for this guy. Come on. All right, the Sabres were the first team out by a hair, and the whole team went on the ice. Come on, Buffalo. Come on, Buffalo.
Asking people to sit down. We're in overtime. Talks about that. Ridiculous. They got to go home. What are they doing here? You don't want to stand up. Game 5, you're going to win it. I don't know why we're asking people to sit down. I mean, this is crazy. It's crazy. You want to be here or not? You want to be here or not? I gotta say is I never want to be in this section again. I mean, we got people telling us to sit down and everything. Bring me back to 119, my fucking home. This is the most limp dick section I've ever been to in my life.
We all need a place where we can be ourselves, somewhere you can leave all your worries on the shelf, and whether you win or lose, you can count on me, and I can count on you. You know this train never stops. This train never stops. You know this train never stops. This train never stops. You know this train never stops. This train never stops. You know this train never stops. You know this train never stops.
Folks, happy April 29th. Welcome into Trainwreck today, 102. What is that? Introduction to advanced, like, Trainwreck today?
Yeah.
We've got myself, Maniac. We've got Slick L. We've got Dreamboat Don. We've got GATESY in with some Sabres breakdowns. We've got some fresh news from a Lindy Ruff press conference as well. We've got Jameson. We've got the head honcho, Nick Bruckman, as well. And we've got some audience members in this studio today. Unfortunately, we don't have a series ending to brag about. But what we do have to brag about is a great weekend on tap, potentially. Let's get in our guest here from Batavia Downs, the czar of all things over there at the Winmore, lots more Central. Ryan Hasnauer. Ryan, how are we feeling after that game 5?
Oh, he's added it. There he is. There he is.
I knew
Oh,
something
sorry
was
about that,
happening.
guys. It's so busy here. There's so much going on. What can I say? It's just nuts.
I gotta say, you know it's Derby weekend when you break out the yellow horseshoe suit and you got that your top hat on as well. Probably your best fit in your closet, I would say.
Well, I got like 4 of these suits, so I got one for each one of the races, one for the Breeders' Cup, but this is the one with the roses. This is the one we wear for the Kentucky Derby, so had to make sure I had it on for you guys when we film this. So I'll get it dry clean between now and Saturday. All good.
All good, all good.
We've got a very exciting couple of minutes on tap this weekend. But real quick, Ryan, we were just getting our Game 5 vlog out of the way. A big controversial topic in the studio right now. Where are you on standing in the arena, in the stadium, during the course of the game and cheering the team on?
So I saw, because I was watching there before I got all those phone calls, I was watching the clips and, some people down in the 100 section telling everybody to sit down. I'm still young enough. I hate to say it that way, but I'm still young enough that I'm going to want to stand when I want to stand. But also at the same time, I think, knowing and seeing and feeling what else everyone is doing in that area, you want to be, respectful to that as well. So can we all agree that 300s is a little more rambunctious than the 100 level? So, standing up there is probably a little more appropriate, hooting and hollering and whatnot. But at the same time, man, it's playoff hockey and an elimination game. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to cheer and I'm going to, be pumping my fists when I need to. And I paid for that seat, paid a lot for that seat, I might add. So I'm going to be within my rights to do what I need to do.
Dreamboat, it sounds like the court of Hasnauer desided with you. Playoff atmosphere, elimination game, you were in the right there.
Yeah, and I will give some context. So I wasn't standing up the whole time. Really what happened is there was a guy next to me. He was standing up, pumping up the crowd, being like, let's all stand up. And so I'm like, all right, solidarity. I stood up. And then after about a few minutes, there's an older gentleman behind me to my left. That asked me to sit down. I respectfully obliged. I was like, okay, fine. We end up sitting down. The guy next to me doesn't. They call an usher over. They get him to sit down. There's some animosity now brewing in section 104. So much so that one of the clips we forgot to include is I'm sitting in my seat giving a post-game recap, like talking about the Sabres. A guy interrupts me. This is all on film. And he says, 19,000 people are sitting down. 5 are standing up, and you were one of them. And a guy started giving it to me for like 5 minutes after the game. His girlfriend had to pull him away. I didn't really know what to say. I'm like, I asked him, I'm like, do you watch playoff hockey? Like it's OT. Like I'm gonna have to stand at certain times. But I do want to say it wasn't like, I'm standing up for 10 minutes and being an idiot and stuff. So
you're reading the room, as they say. Reading the room. It's all good.
You should have said, sounds like I'm an elite company. Five of 19,000 for sure. But speaking of elite company, Ryan, we have a group of horses who are looking to join that group of elite company as Kentucky Derby winners this weekend. I know we're looking forward to making a lot of people winners at BD and more. What do we have on tap locally here at the OTB? And then, of course, at Batavia Downs this coming weekend?
So there's lots to do and see. Of course, you're going to be able to wager beginning on Friday. So Friday, you can pick up your free program at your local OTB, at your local Easy Bet. You can come here to Batavia Downs and see me on Friday and get that free program. Now, something they're doing a little bit new over at Churchill Downs is they installed lights over there a couple years ago. So what is happening on Friday night? The Oaks, which is the ladies' race, right? The ladies' derby. That's going to be on Friday night on prime time on NBC, if you can believe that.
Prime time's always better.
Here's what's on tap for Friday. You talk about a great day to be sitting someplace where you got a lot of TVs. I know a guy, and you're going to have not only the game 6. You're going to have the Oaks. You're going to have a bunch of other games. You're going to have the Yankees game. Syracuse lacrosse is playing. It's an unbelievable night. Not to mention SmackDown. We can get into wrestling in a second, I'm sure. There's going to be all kinds of stuff going on with respect to sports on Friday night. So come out to the OTB branches and be sure to get your program and all that good stuff. Now, Saturday's where it all happens, of course. So Saturday morning, the branches open up. If you go to any OTB branch, maybe you go see the friends at Worley. I know we've met up with you guys a couple times at Worley. We're going to be giving out, as part of these random drawings, these beautiful shirts. Of course, it is America's 250th anniversary, so we decided to theme the shirt to be with the flag there. Of course, we got these beautiful Kentucky Derby glasses. That'll be available for people to win at your OTB branches, and some of the Easy Bets do fun things as well to give those away. Here at Batavia Downs, there are 3 different parties you can participate in. Party number 1 is the Derby Gala. I'm coming to you live, of course, from a historic, beautiful clubhouse where we will be having the gala. Less than 15 tickets remain for the Derby Gala. You can get them now at BataviaConcerts.com. With your $159 ticket, you're going to get back $75 in free play. You're going to get back a whole bunch of freebies, including a free hat and a free glass, a free t-shirt and a free glass, like I just showed you. You'll get a program for the Derby and a $20 wager on the Derby, access to a beautiful buffet for a couple hours, and open bar, you guys. So it's an unbelievable deal for $159. Get your tickets now. 15 of those are remaining on BataviaConcerts.com. Now, if you want to go the chicken barbecue route, you're just kind of coming in, breezing out. Downstairs in our Pike Place room, where we have all of our big events like the Legend and Stars Sports Expo and those types of things, we're going to be doing a $40 chicken barbecue. With that, you get a chicken barbecue, which comes with coleslaw, salt, potatoes, and a drink. You get a $25 free play, a $5 wager on the Derby, and that free program. So it's still a great deal. You're getting 3/4 of your money back in free bets, whether it's on the gaming floor or on the Kentucky Derby. So that's going on downstairs. There's no pre-sale for that. Just show up at Batavia Downs, go to the Park Place room. Someone will sell you a ticket for the chicken barbecue and get you all the other great stuff. And then if you just want to come and hang and enjoy yourself, come to Thurman's 34 Rush Sports Bar downstairs in the middle of the gaming floor. Of course, you've got to be 18 to be on our gaming floor. You got to be 21 plus to the event up here. And inside of 34 Rush, we're going to have a couple of different folks doing sampling. White Claw is going to be here. I know Maker's Mark's going to make an appearance, so you can do some sampling there. Watch the Derby on the biggest TV in all of Genesee County and just maybe make some money, you guys. There's a great field of horses that are going to be competing on Saturday.
Can we clap it up for the
Love
pros,
it.
bro, Ryan?
Love it.
Now, right there. We just got the full enchilada.
What a
Dusty
cut.
Rhodes promo class right there. Let me tell you.
And I want to say my second two favorite words are open bar, and that's right behind Batavia Downs. And that's exactly why. That was amazing, Ryan.
Now, speaking of the open bar, I got to ask you, how do you feel about a mint julep, the drink of the Kentucky Derby?
This might be controversial. This might be a hot take. I'm not a huge fan of the mint julep unless it's made a certain way, because you can have a bad mint julep. A good mint julep's great. I've had those and I like them.
Right.
But and the ones that are made here by the bartenders here in the clubhouse, they're very good from what I hear. I'm not drinking while I'm here, so obviously I can't have one on the day because I'm working. But I've had ones that are bartenders have made in the past, and they're great. But you got to make sure that when you're making it, you do it the right way and you follow the instructions. Because if you muddle it wrong or you got too much mint or whatever else, it can taste a little funky. So I'm a fan when they're made right.
I know last year, since you weren't able to drink on the job, I was able to do the duty for you, and I had my very mint julep. I thought it was pretty good. I was surprised, actually. I didn't know the official drink, didn't know the history, the culture. But I enjoyed the beverage for sure, and I might have had a couple more after the first one.
You get one for you get one for $7 here at Batavia Downs downstairs, and you get to keep the glass. So that's a little bonus if you order one here on Saturday.
All right, last on the Derby, we've heard about all the money flying around for all the deals, all the promotions, all the parties. How are we going to make some money on this race, Ryan? What are you targeting? What are you looking at on this Derby race?
So anytime you want to make money on the Derby, you got to beat the favorite, right? You got to hope the favorite doesn't finish, or you've got an eye on a horse that you think is going to make some noise and is going to finish in the top three, because that's where the money is, of course, win, place, and show. Now, of course, you want to still include the favorite sometimes, because if all of a sudden you pick a couple of long shots and you got the favorite in there, it comes in, one of your horses and then the favorite. You don't want to not have the favorite in that exact box and then you miss out on it. But I'll tell you that the horse I'm looking at that I think a lot of people are that they really like is the number 18, Further Ado. He does unfortunately lose his jockey that he's had for a very, very long time. If you look at your free program, which of course you can get at any OTB branch, if you look at Further Ado, he normally has Erad Ortiz Jr. on his back. Erad Ortiz Jr., though, is going to be racing on a different horse on Saturday. So he picks up, of all the people to pick up, he picks up three-time Kentucky Derby winner John Velazquez. So not a bad horse to pick up. This horse, of course, won the Bluegrass Stakes by an astounding 11 lengths. He's an unbelievable horse. He's got gun runner in his lineage. So I'm really looking at the number 18, Further Ado, to definitely hit the board somewhere. Some money's coming in on the number 2 horse, Albus, which is named after Albus Dumbledore from Harry Potter. So if you're Harry Potter, if you're a Potterhead, you're going to be putting your money on Albus.
Damn.
And I do like the number 20, Full Effort. This horse did finish first in the Jeff Ruby Stakes, which is kind of one of the lower level win in you're in kind of contests. But here's what's interesting. Do you guys remember back in 2022, that's when Rich Strike won the Kentucky Derby, the longest shot to ever win. If you do yourself a favor, go back and watch the call by Larry Colmus on YouTube. One of my favorite calls of all time. He comes out of nowhere. Larry Colmus is losing his mind. It's like one of the best things ever, and it paid a ton of money, made a lot of people a lot of money. That horse had never run on dirt before. He'd only run on turf and a synthetic surface. Well, the number 20, Full Effort, same thing. This horse has run on turf, a turf weight, and he's ran on a synthetic. He's never run on dirt. And if he takes to the dirt, he might take off. And that would be amazing to see if the number 20, Full Effort, who is a closing horse, he'll be picking off horses late, just like Rick Strike is. Maybe it's the same formula for him to take the run for the roses.
Well, it sounds like your formula for a great Kentucky Derby Saturday is to get to Batavia Downs. If you can't make it out to Batavia, where all roads lead, of course, hit up your local OTB and get those Kentucky Derby bets in. But speaking of bets, Ryan, I know we just had WrestleMania season. We're a week and a half out. I know that we're in a little bit of a downturn of the wrestling of it all. Do you have any favorite storyline, AEW or WWE, that you're watching right now?
So, what's interesting is the first hour of the WrestleMania on Saturday was on free TV, was on ABC. And I happened to be at the arena for game 1. And so we were up in the Batavia Downs suite. I'm talking to the players and entertaining them. And that came on TV. And of course, it was the Brock Lesnar match. And then I believe it was the Intercontinental six-man match, if I'm not mistaken. And I got to tell you, I was educating everybody in that suite about wrestling. And they're like, who's this guy? And I'm like, that guy, that's Brock Lesnar, the UFC guy. So we're having a great conversation up there. Brock retiring was unbelievable. I don't think he's actually done. I think they're going to have Gunther beat up Paul Heyman, and then Gunther's going to retire Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. It's awesome to see Trick Williams get over. He's so over with the crowd. And who doesn't love that Danhausen, man? I can't get enough of Danhausen and his shenanigans. The Miz is just one of the best workers out there. And the way that they can do this comedy wrestling with payoffs each and every week, it's just really entertaining. And, I know there's another famous YouTuber that says Goofy Wrestling for Life. I'm a disciple of that, man. I want to be entertained. I want to see big dudes throwing each other around. I want to see, people cutting awesome promos. I want to see, all the comedy skits and the fun. It's all gravy for me, man. I love all of it. So
Ryan Hasenauer is a Fanhausen confirmed. I don't think he'll be getting cursed anytime soon, man.
I was going to say Ryan Hausenauer, as far as I'm concerned now, for certain. But huge shout out, Ryan. Thank you for taking the time. I know you were literally in preparations right now for your one of the busiest weekends of the year. Not to be outdone with Rockin' the Downs, which will be taking place all summer long as well. So huge shout out. Looking forward to a huge season ahead at Batavia Downs.
Absolutely. And if I could just add one more thing, guys, it's really important to us here at Batavia Downs. A lot of people are going to be making a derby wager this weekend. And, everybody's always talking about shop local, keep the money local, do great things in your community. Keep in mind that Western Regional All-Track Betting and Batavia Downs, who are together here, we are a local company. We employ your neighbors. At the end of every quarter, our monies, minus expenses, of course, get distributed. We had our highest distribution ever last year to the municipalities that own us. So when you have a choice to make a derby wager, I know it's real easy on these beautiful devices we have at our fingertips all the time to pop on and make a wager on one of these online wagering websites, and you have fixed odds and you can do those derby wagers. How about taking some money and spending it local and making sure that that money's coming back to the community, a place that employs your neighbors, employs your friends, maybe employs your family. Keep that money local and make your derby wager at Batavia Downs or at Western Regional All-Track Betting. And if you can't get out, make sure you wager on BataviaBets.com.
All righty. They know where to go, and we know where we're headed. Looking forward to seeing you Saturday, Ryan. Can't come soon enough.
Awesome, man. Can't wait to see you guys. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Ryan.
Thanks for stopping by. Have a good day now. Ryan Hasenauer, courtesy of Batavia Downs, brought to you by our friends at Picasso's Pizza. For the best deals on the best pizza in Western New York, go to picassospizza.net. Whether it's for those Friday night orders, whether it's for those weekend orders, those party orders, it's picassospizza.net. Fortunately, all of life's not a party.
Speaking of which, Fridays, we're giving away $25 gift cards to the best comment for Picasso. So make sure you're commenting, you're lighting up the chat on Friday, and light up the chat now.
Yeah, light up the chat with what your thoughts are for Game 6, because we're going to keep breaking down Game 5. Unfortunately, listen, we would talk, Bills. What can we talk about? Oh, great first weekend for the draft picks or whatever. That would be a little indulged. The center of the Buffalo sports universe is the Buffalo Sabres right now, Gatesy. You have your finger on the pulse. We just had a Lindy Ruff press conference come out. Where are we at? What's the latest? And what's the vibe going into Game 6?
I mean, the vibe for me right now is kind of how I felt this whole series. It was great the past couple games, having the Sabres go into Boston, win both those games. The vibes are great. But right now, after this Game 5, I feel exactly how I do after Game 2, where, you lose a game, that's going to happen. The Sabres are not going to sweep their way to a Stanley Cup final. Before the series, a lot of people were saying, Sabres in 6, Sabres in 7. To get to that point, you need to lose games. I know it's frustrating for the Sabres not to win on home ice, but you look at this game and how they lost it. This isn't a reason to, hit the panic button. This team has shown throughout the course of the season that if they get punched in the mouth, they lose a game, it's not going to spiral into anything worse. So now they just have to go into Boston, get a win there, and just get back to their game, because they only scored one goal over the course of 70 minutes yesterday. So I'm interested to see how they respond in Game 6. I said the same thing after Game 2, and they responded pretty well back in Boston. So we'll see how things look. But fans are definitely a little more panicky than I was expecting.
We can get into the crowd of it, which is a storyline for me. First off, we haven't even really touched on it. The Canadian national anthem. Mm-hmm. Mike goes out. Our poor girl, Cammie Clooney, is still trying to sing. Crowd joins in. I thought this was outstanding. I don't think I'm, the first one of that take. It just shows listen, culture, we love it. Buffalonians, whether we're from Canada or just fans of the team, we've heard a lot of the Canadian national anthem. We were ready to take the reins and show some support there, Slick.
Yeah, this is awesome because it just shows, people say city of good neighbors. We'll finish the Canadian anthem for you, Cammie. Mike goes out, we got you. It's just so funny to me because they don't sing the Canadian anthem all other cities, obviously NHL, NBA respectively. So a bunch of people from Texas, they wouldn't have been able to finish out this song.
Would have been a challenge.
Buffalo, we got it done. Cammie, thankfully, they gave her another mic, and she ripped the USA anthem right after we helped her sing out Our Good Friends Up North.
Am I crazy, Gatesy, to think, like, because the credit to the crowd on that regard, the Sabres. Talk to me about, like, what you've seen, because you've looked at a lot of the film. You looked at the film from games 3 and 4 in Boston. It just felt like games 3 and 4 in Boston, free-flowing, a little bit better offensive flow, everything. And then, don't get me wrong, the power play was improved last night for certain. We definitely saw some better traction there, not even including the goal. The other power plays were good as well, despite not having anything to show for them. But the crowd, it's like, it almost feels like these Sabres are trying to do too much at home. It feels like they're trying to make that extra pass making break. Now, we worked on our first goal last night. It was a great little tic-tac-toe power play goal. But at the end of the day, we can't score for the next 60 minutes. And it feels like that was a common theme in game 1 and 2, not being able to score the first 50 minutes. Trying to do too much in front of this home crowd, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, the Sabres found their success in Boston scoring one just having great zone time, zone pressure. And it helps, too, in game 4 when Boston was turning the puck over every single time they were touching it in their defensive zone. They're not going to get that liberty every single outing. And the Sabres, too, offensively, Zach, you brought up just overcomplicating it. It feels like when the Sabres offense is struggling, they're trying to force stuff to the middle that's not there and not working, or just trying to get pucks on it to get pucks on net. They're scoring on Jeremy Swayman in this series when they get traffic in front of him, take his eyes away, and just get the puck over east-west just a little bit to get him moving and moving pucks quickly. I think when the Sabres offense struggles, it's when they slow it down a lot. One play in particular, like Owen Power had a shot on goal. I think it was earlier in the game where he just hung onto the puck for about 3 seconds, shot it right into Swayman's chest. Little things like that over the course of a 7-game series. You can't just rely on shooting the puck through the chest of Jeremy Swayman. It's not going to work.
It felt like we broke through the dam in game 3 when we scored the Byram goal.
Yes.
And what was the Byram goal? It was a quick pass out front, and we shot it before Swayman gets that. Now, obviously, we benefited it going off Boston.
It was honestly kind of similar to the Dahlin goal, except he had a bit more room back towards the blue line.
The point being that we are not going to be 30, 25-plus feet out from Swayman for multiple seconds. Wait, fire it on net and score. It's just not going to happen.
And that's exactly what that Owen power play was you were talking about. He had it at the blue line. You could have taken a shot right there with the guys getting in front, but instead he chose to take the available ice in front of him, and Jeremy Swayman read him the whole way, and doesn't help when Owen Power shot it in the chest as well.
Yeah, I'm with Gatesy. I'm not pushing the panic button. We have 2 more games to win 1. I like our odds in that. And hey, we are a road team. Like, I don't know. Maybe the excitement and the crowd of being at home, I'm not going to say it's too much for the guys, but there is something, I think, about being on the road, and kind of this team likes to kind of be heels in a way. I feel like it fires them up a little bit. And at the end of the day, this was a goalie battle we had last night. I'm not saying Swayman beat Lyon, because I mean that given Pasta a breakaway in overtime, I mean that's a lot to ask out of Lyon for a stop. But it was a mix of Swayman played great when you needed him to side, and a couple times. I mean, I need Tuck to pick a corner. Just please, please. He had so many great shots last night that are just like right into the pads, right into the chest. Yeah, and you can't do that, especially like I'll say the one thing Swayman did have a leg up on Lyon is Swayman was just gobbling up everything. Not many rebounds, and the few rebounds that were scrambling around, like, just didn't bounce our way. Well, it seemed like, Lyon a couple of times gave up some juicy ones, which brings me to this, Gatesy. We kind of touched on it for the stream. We going to see Lyon back in net, or is it a UPL time? What do you think?
Yeah, for me, it's 100% going to be Alex Lyon in net. Zero reason last night was on him. The Sabres team, too, it felt like when they put him back in the lineup, that kind of changed the series and just how they're playing. Could that have been Noah Ostlund? Who knows? Because last night was also a tale of 2 halves with 86 in and out of the lineup. But I mean, it feels like such an Alex Lyon game, especially with how he played in Boston for games 3 and 4.
Yeah, you need the vibe of Alex Lyon in the lineup. It was not his responsibility at all last night for the loss. I mean, 3 straight games where he's allowed a goal or less, like essentially. And now last night he allowed the 1 in OT, so comes after regulation. But can't blame the Lion on that. One guy we're not going to be able to get in the lineup, Ostlund, seems like he's basically does that. That was a backbreaker. I mean, I hate to say it, but it basically perfectly timed up with right when he went to the locker room. there goes our offensive flow again. Now, can every guy be held responsible for that? Is it like they didn't have chances last night? No, they were definitely better last night than they were in the early parts of game 1 and game 2 to me. But it felt like once Austin left, there was definitely a little bit of juju that went missing, Gatesy.
Yeah, it feels like with the Sabres forward lines, they're always going to have at least one of them just not be running at 100%, whether that's the Zucker, McLeod, Quinn line, the Tage, Krebs, Tuck line. But when Austin was there with Doan and Benson, it always felt like that line, when they were together just for the couple games, was going and gave the Sabres a crutch where they didn't have to rely on the other two lines to be at their best. Because, I mean, it feels like that McLeod, Quinn, Zucker line was great for the Sabres in the regular season. But in the postseason, we haven't really seen them live up to, the way they were playing in the first 82 games of the season. And they're going to need them to step up now because they're going to put, most likely, Josh Norris back into the Sabres third line. And Noah Austin just brings such a great playmaking sense to the Sabres team where he can get pucks to the middle of the ice. The Byram goal we talked about from game 3.
That was basically all him. Exactly. In the zone.
Yep. So that's going to hurt the Sabres moving forward, not having him. And, you just got to get one win in these next 2 games. And that's all I keep telling myself.
Should we go to the crash out first, or should we try to find a way for a game 6 win? What are we thinking? I feel like it's almost a crash out time based on the vibe.
You want to go see the crash out line?
Yeah, let's check in with the Trainwreck Sports crash out line, sponsored by our friends at William Mattar Law Offices. If you're hurt in a car, call William Mattar, 444-4444. I think fans were feeling like they were kind of hit by a car with that ending last night. Speaking of the ending, we haven't even really gotten into it. Did anybody think offsides right away, or was it just like backbreak?
There was definitely immediate concern for me, and I think a lot of people in my section as well shut out Gambo as well with the immediate reaction. Was in 119, or I'm sure you wish you were during that moment, Don. But yeah, there was some thought. I think people hesitated to leave right away, but ultimately didn't look at it too long, and good goal, I guess. So I don't know how you felt where you were sitting.
No, I just said it right away, and we saw the ref go over it. They weren't the Sabres weren't leaving right away, but you didn't know if they were doing the sad dap up. It's weird in a playoff series because you don't just skirt off as quickly in a game where it's not a series anything. But I thought for a half second, and I realized I'm kind of coping hard by it. I wasn't yelling about it, but I was offsides, and everyone was packing their stuff up to leave. And I was all right.
Yeah, I heard. Well, first of all, I mean, people were leaving my section before the goal was even scored. You saw empty seats behind me in overtime. So that was tough for the vibe. I heard a guy next to me, the guy that I was kind of pow-powing with about the standing up. He said offsides. So I was looking up at the screen, and then just kind of by that point there was just so many people flooding out. I just kind of sat in my seat like Eeyore for a minute and felt sorry for myself. Was hoping it was offsides. Didn't know until I got home and looked at the freeze frame how close it actually was. How if he doesn't drag that skate, that is definitely offsides. Just glad we didn't have a situation like in what was it, the Hurricanes game where you have fans leading, goal gets called back, and it's a half empty barn for the rest of overtime. So.
I'm only watching in slow-mo for the first time. That was an incredible drag of his left foot, plain and simple. If he doesn't do that, he's offsides for sure. So let's say we're kind of crashing out about it right now. What do we got on the crash?
We got 2 calls. We got one from yesterday and one from today. One will segue into the other. We'll do the one we got from yesterday from Uncle Tony.
What's up, gentlemen? Uncle Tony here. Just wanted to comment on my experience with the Boston Bruins 50-50. Go to the game on Sunday, getting absolutely heckled by these fake fans trying to get me to buy 50-50 tickets, saying, "Oh, we're going to get it to 90,000. We're going to get it to 90,000." So I nibble, I bite, I play, go to check my ticket. It's for the entire playoff series. Real fans, Buffalo fans. We buy 50-50 tickets. We expect guaranteed 150,000 per game. Sorry, Bruins, $90K for the series. Get out of here in 5. War Sabres.
Love it. You know, true DJ crashing out about the 50-50. Well, I guess that means he's still alive. So
I
hope he wins. He still got his shot.
He nibbled. He nibbled. Shout out Uncle Tony.
And then so this next call kind of goes perfectly into the question of the Blade Gang and all that we're going to talk about. So
yeah, we do got to get Trainwreck down from North Carolina here. Listen, I'm not going to talk about the game. I'm not going to talk about the snooze fest that we just watched. I'm going to talk about how disappointing it is to watch and get excited for the game all for 2 days. All the hype, all the media attention, and then when they go to the banging of the drum, we have the fucking smallest drum I've ever seen in my fucking life. Okay? I've been to Panthers games. That drum is like 6 feet tall. Cam Newton is wrecking the drum, and it's just hyping the crowd up. Take it back to game one. I'm excited. I'm sitting there with my dad. This is going to be a great moment. It's been so long. That's why I sit in the drum. It is the smallest fucking drum I've ever seen in my fucking life. Can we please get a more unique pre-game celebration going than hitting a fucking high school band bass drum, for God fucking sakes?
Dude, I love it. Isn't it, Don? Like, you're a musician. I don't think that's like that small of a
it
drum.
is. If it's like a war drum, like a warpath drum, it should be a little bigger. It is like orchestra drum size. Like
by the grandiose standards, like if you like the Kansas City Chiefs Arrowhead drum, it's like massive.
True,
compared to,
I never really thought about it. It didn't bother me, but he brings up a good point. I mean, we might need a bigger drum to get out of this series
I just think
alive.
it's so funny how he's so bothered.
So if we go to a game 7, we have to get the bigger drum, right? It's like wheeling Josh Allen up for game 2 to get the crowd going. You need that little bit extra.
I mean, I'm nervous for the game set. Like, I don't even want to say games, whatever, because we've been so thwarted at home. And like, I mean, you've got Sandra Jennerette, you've got Josh Allen, you got the Blade Gang. Who possibly are you going to get for juice after that?
That they emptied the clip.
Think about it. Yeah, they did empty the clip early. But then you also have to think think
Brian Miller.
Yeah.
Well, that's
but then what are you doing if you make it past game 7?
And then say
Dominic Hasek.
and then say
Hasek can be a good one.
Hasek would be a good one, but then series 2, like
we just got to finish it off in 6, sweep them in 3. Now I will say I brought this up in the CSP chat, and I was crashing out when I said it that we've never won a best of 7 series where we lost 2 home games.
And then the point was also brought up, I think Harrington wrote an article about this where we've never lost a series while up 3-1.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better.
Yeah. History's going to be made one way or the other.
I mean, Boston shouldn't feel crazy confident after that game. It's not like if they came out and they 4-0'd us, like it would be like, okay, like, you know, like you hit us back. I give them credit. Like, I'm still crashing. I'm kind of coping. Like, after the 6-1 of it all, like, that was a pretty resilient go to game 5 and, like, still win that, honestly.
Yeah, they went in and did what they had to.
I mean, that was the way that shook out was perfect for them. That game goes into a second overtime. I don't think they're keeping up with us. I think we wear them down. And that play, that is exactly this Bruins team. Rely on Swayman to make his stops. Get a quick break off a bad mistake in Krebs' giveaway and make them pay. They're not a pressure. They're not going to put on the pressure that we can put on them. So if I'm a Bruin fan, I'm thinking we escaped big time. With that breakaway that was just a hair onside. So yeah, 5-on-5 hockey. The longer the game goes on, and I feel great about the Sabres' chances.
Gatesy and I were watching the film on that before the show. Do you blame Krebs for trying to go for that breakaway right through the middle there that he had? Because you obviously saw that you had a man, no one in front of him, open ice except Jeremy Swayman. Or if you're in that situation, do you just get the puck deep into the corner?
I think I want Peyton Krebs to make that pass. He's been a guy that's been hot. Like, you want your guys when they're feeling good to make plays. The only thing is, in playoff hockey, especially in overtime, one mistake and the game's over. My whole thing I always focus on is you have to win your blue lines, whether that's keeping pucks in at the opponent's blue line, getting pucks out at yours. You can't have turnovers at either. So you turn that puck over, it immediately gets to Pasternak. who scores the OT winner. That one hurts when you look at the Sabres team they've been pretty good this series of trying to limit those big chances after, games 1 and 2 when Pasternak had those breakaway opportunities. Right now, I think they're going to take that as that learning experience of this is their first overtime game as a unit, really for most of these guys' careers. You're going to have a long series ahead in terms of, winning on game 6, whatever. They're going to take that and learn from it. I think that play from Krebs, he's going to want back, obviously, but I'd want him to make that pass moving forward, especially when you only have one goal in this game.
Mentioning the pass, because this came up when I was looking for the Pasternak offsides. Were the Sabres offsides and play should have been stopped at that point? I'm just saying there's some crazy little you get into it all. This was right before that.
That would be interesting. You challenge saying you're offsides and then the play should have been blown dead.
Could you do that?
I mean, I think why not? Right? If this also goes to what is the statute of limitations on an offsides? If there's 4 minutes,
once the puck comes out of the zone, isn't it nullified essentially? So then it would have been over because the puck was out of the zone.
Yeah. Did you see what is it? I think it was Benson gets taken down. The guy grabs it, and the ref's arm goes up and then he puts it right down. It's like, come on, man.
I will say,
and he's got his paw grabbing him. It's clear as day. He's in perfect position. He's going to make the call, and then he decides not to. Wow.
As we get into our game 6 talk, I am confident. We'll talk some buy or sell here in a minute, but I am nervous that we could get refereed in game 6, and then you're just like, well, fuck. So we'll see, because anything can happen in a game 7 for certain. But with that said, it's time for buy or sell as we head into the second half of the week here on Trainwreck today. Winding it down, sponsored by Victory Smoke. Premium cannabis pre-rolls for everyday wins. Coming soon to local dispensaries. Taste victory. So what I'm going to give you, boys, is a buy or sell. If you think that what happens will help the Sabres win game 6, will result in them winning game 6, you're buying. If it doesn't get it all the way, then you're selling. Ready to rock?
Yep. Let's roll.
All right. Sabres get another power play goal, Slick.
I'm unfortunately going to sell. Just with Ostland especially going down, this rotation's going to be tinkered with again. I think it's going to struggle. It didn't surprise me that the one that finally found the back of the net in the power play was Dahlin. Seemed like that would be the only one to do it. I'm going to sell on this.
I'm actually going to buy. I liked how the power play played last night a lot. I thought they moved the puck. They were getting good shots to Swayman, especially in the first. Before they scored, they were getting lots of chances. The power play for me is like this dam that just got a crack in it. Mm-hmm. That first goal, there's water just dripping, just lightly spraying out. Another goal, and I think that and the dam will blow wide open. And Boston better stay out of the box, because I think we could, they get one more and the floodgates are open.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the Etsy Witches said as well. As once they get one, they're really I think they actually said the floodgates will be open from that point.
We need to get her back on the phone again.
We need to triple down for Friday. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I just took out a $10,000 loan to really get all the witches in. So we're gonna corner the market.
That's a lot of witches.
Yeah. But I'm going to buy that as well. I think this power play, what we've seen, especially from game 4 as well, when they didn't get one, but it looked a little bit better. 5, we actually saw, the power play get one. Game 6, hopefully they feel confident, even though Austin will not be there.
I want to go to the next one. Sabres score 3+. I'll kick us off for this one. I'm buying. Lyon hasn't allowed more than 1 goal in regulation in the last 3 games. I know that things change. I know that, series have swings, everything like that. I just can't see him allowing 3+ in this game, so I'm buying.
Yeah, I'm also going to buy. Scored 6 the last time we were in Boston. I think we're really going to come out hot again on away ice, knowing the disparity of it all, trying to win this game and close out this series.
Yeah, I'm going to buy that as well, because the series has been a story of teams responding after bad games, whether that's the Sabres early on, the Bruins here. I think you're going to see the Sabres, respond from this loss when they could have closed it out on home ice. You see a Bruins team feeling good after just a 2-1 overtime game. I think the Sabres are going to hop on Swayman early like we saw in game 4, get one at least in that first period. And if they get 3, you have to imagine that's going to be a Sabres win.
Yeah, I'm going to buy as well. Keep it short and sweet. We haven't lost a game where we've scored 3 goals or more this series. So
We've talked about a potential lineup shuffle, obviously, with the loss of Osland. Could it be Hellenius brought up to the lineup? Would that have you buying, Slick?
I would absolutely love it, but unfortunately, I'm going to sell. I think Josh Norris has that third center spot lined up. That's really about it. I did love what I saw out of Hellenius in the regular season when he was on the ice with the Sabres, but I'm going to sell that we call him up for first playoff action.
Yeah, I want to agree with you, Slick, and sell. Like, that makes the most sense to me, but I am going to buy this from the perspective. It does feel a bit panicky to put Hellenius back in this lineup, but you saw what Noah Osland brought to the Sabres team being brought up, put back in the lineup, that young guy. We saw the same thing with Constant Hellenius when he got the call up to the Sabres. I think it was in December, January time with that kids line. I think, what we've seen from Josh Norris this series hasn't been fantastic. I think if you really want to go something ballsy here for Lindy Ruff, you put Hellenius in this lineup and, give a much needed jolt, and especially playmaking jolt to the Sabres team.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy as well. I love, Norris is great. I'm gonna be honest though, that first goal that Hellenius scored was an absolute rocket. Kid's got a laser and he can pick corners, and that's what we need against Swayman right now. We need someone that can just rip top cheddar from the top of the circles. And so I'm looking for that.
See, there's another one, top cheddar, for anyone watching.
Top cheddar.
That may think it's just top shelf for Mama. This is the cookies. No,
No, it's
variation.
not. But top Chad really doesn't exist in Sabres culture, is what I would say.
Yeah, but like to say it doesn't exist,
I'm selling
it doesn't exist in
Sabres
culture is crazy.
Shots were limited last night. I don't think either team got to 30 plus, despite the OT of it all.
29-25.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if the Bruins get less than 26 and a half shots, like, does that have you buying that this series will be over in Beantown?
Yeah, it does, because the last game we outshot them. I think we were triple their shots at one point in the last game when we were in Boston. As a Sabres fan, I love to see that. As a guy that in my parlay had Alex Lyon over 23.5 saves, I was sweating a little bit, got right there to about 24. But if that's the magic number, keep it below 26.5. I'm going to buy on that one, Don.
Yeah, I'm going to buy as well. It means that this team is kind of controlling the puck, doing their job, and limiting shots. That's really what I'm looking for in Game 6 is control the puck, play that fast river hockey game, and just put them in a whirlwind just because we're skating around them so fast. So
can't fault them for not getting it. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I'm buying as well. It's you limit Boston's opportunities. That's only going to help the Sabres team moving forward.
I like that. Yeah, 26.5 should be enough to keep it within a range of a potential Game 6 dub for sure. I'd be buying that. I was buying these guys last night. I thought they got just as much a crowd pop as Josh Allen. Blade Gang makes the trip to Boston. I'm buying it. I hate to say it. They're undefeated in Boston. The Blade Gang went. They conquered. I would be buying a win if I saw the Blade Gang in Beantown.
Yeah, were they at the first Boston game?
They were at the first one for sure.
Just the first one.
I think they were at both.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was the first one. Maybe they stuck around. I'm gonna sell. Hang it up, boys. I don't think they're dedicated enough. I don't think the Crest loyalty is high enough.
Get the graphic ready.
Yeah.
Get the graphic ready.
Make it back out to Boston. I'm just saying that's 2 long trips in a very short span of time, and that Crest loyalty has to be very high to do it. I'm gonna sell.
I'm gonna sell too for a different reason. I don't think it's quite their fault. I don't know who's coaching these guys, but they just ruined the locker room by letting Ryan Whitney get in there and join the crew. I mean, what are we doing? We got the Barstool guys now coming in and mucking. We got a Massachusetts guy, an Oilers fan, like coming in and mucking up our Blade Gang. The chemistry's gone. Locker room chemistry's gone. You can't be doing that this deep into the playoffs, just adding guys.
Ryan Whitney is to the Blade Gang as the Gold Ring sponsor banners are to the Hashtag LaFontaine banners. I mean, clearly he's not real.
Disrespectful.
Yeah. He's not really a part of it.
Stolen valor.
Yeah. Slightly stolen valor.
I think they need to shrink the size anyways, even if it's, obviously Ryan Whitney. They started with a group of 5 guys. That has ballooned quickly of just, the people they know, but also, random folks hopping in the plaza. I want to see the Blade Gang be the Sabres, road ace. They're 2-0 right now in Boston. I think you just bring them out for the road games, they do the same song and dance for about 2.5 hours in the plaza before the game, and it works every single time. I don't want that magic to go away. And last night was their opportunity to get that win and cement themselves in, Sabres like fandom forever. The video of them skating back across to South Buffalo after the game, like dark, somber, alone, that was tough to see. That kind of hurt my overall image. But if they go to Boston, they get a win, they're all the way back in for me, and I want them to be at every single road game moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, the Blade Gang's got us up 3-2, a chance to close it out in Boston. I would take it a step further. I'd buy if they were there, and if I was the Sabres, I'm buying row 1 behind the Bruins bench. I want the Blade Gang all sitting right there. I want the fifth line doing work all game long.
Well, last night was the first time they were ever in a building in this series.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't.
That makes sense because they're outside just getting the people going and the others.
Interesting. Do we need them out of the building? We need them out
They,
of the
they,
streets.
they need to be canal side guys, I think.
Okay, I've got to say, no matter what, I need Dalton Kincaid at this game, for sure.
Yes.
That's what I definitely need. That was buy or sell from Victory Smoke. Just going down the stretch run here. Okay, so we have a Friday night game. We're still working out the specifics for the watch party with Game Day Buffalo. Stay tuned for that. Anything else I'm missing housekeeping-wise, boys, before we sign off?
No, I mean, we heard from Ryan, huge day at the Downs on Saturday. That should be pretty lit. I'm going to plug something. This is still in the works, but there just might, speaking of South Buffalo, be a post Game 6 party featuring some music that your boy is a part of.
Okay.
So hopefully it's a celebration.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll have to see on that front for certain. Maybe we'll have a Trainwreck sponsorship there if we get a W. But let's make sure we all get a W as we head into the second half of the week. Huge shout out to Jameson, head honcho Nick, guests in the crowd as well. We had Gatesy on with us. We had Ryan Hasnauer from Batavia Downs, as Don mentioned, Don Slick and myself. Trainwreck today here on Trainwreck Sports and Herd of Buffalo. Make sure you're liking, make sure you're subscribing for all the action. We've got crazy stuff. We got more from LOL Buffalo and much more on the way. This is going to be a heavy second half of the week. We're basically in the tail end of April. Let's have a great end of the month. Let's have a great second half of the week. And let's start it by having a good day now.